LTU Sports Report is brought to you by the City of Southfield, the center of it all, and Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor.
Hello and welcome inside the LTU studios for another awesome digital edition of the LTU Sports Report. I'm Chase Kaufman.
And I'm Jenna Skelski. Look no further because we have basketball highlights on tap as both men's and women's teams squared off against Lourdes Wednesday evening. Plus, we'll take a look at the men's volleyball team who already have a few games under their belt this season.
But before we begin the show, the LTU family desperately needs your help. The brush fires in Australia have impacted some of our very own. What can you do to help? We now send it over to Tony Lowe, who will give you the 411.
Hi, my name is Tony. I'm from Sydney, Australia, and I work here at LTU in the Athletics and Recreation Department. As you may know, the past couple of months Australia has been fighting against the bushfires that has been affecting the whole country. I'm here today to encourage you to join me and donate whatever you can to help the firefighters and volunteers that are risking their lives each and every day. Please go to the link redcross.org.au to find out how to donate.
Please donate, whether it's $1 or $5. Every single penny helps the disaster relief and recovery. Now, on a brighter note, the men's basketball team hit the hardwood to face the Grey Wolves of Lourdes. Let's take a look at what happened inside the Don Riddler Fieldhouse.
Lawrence Tech men's basketball team faced off against the 13th ranked Lourdes University Grey Wolves Wednesday night. The Blue Devils looking for their first victory of the new year. First half action, score tied at 2 all early on. Columbus, Ohio native Isaiah Cumberland with a smooth-looking jumper to put the Blue Devils out front. Later on in the half, freshman Brandon Beavers brings the ball up the court and finds Blue Devils leading scorer Jordan Henry in the corner for the three. That would extend the Blue Devils lead to 5. Great first half effort by the Blue Devils as this game tied up at the break at 29 all. To the second half now, here comes point guard Carter France flying down the lane, hits his defender with a fake and scoops the ball in to tie the game at 40 all. LTU finishing the game strong. Beavers comes down the lane, finds sophomore Alec Ivanovic, who dishes to the freshman standout Gunnar Gustafsson for the easy 2 points. Lawrence Tech would go on to win their first game of the year in impressive fashion, 71-64 your final, bringing their record to 3-7 in WAC play and 8-9 overall on the season.
We can battle for sure. You know, we had like a losing streak going on, playing bad, but we thought we turned that around. When we play at our best, we compete with anybody.
We played good and everything on defense. We've got some boards, so it's a good. Yep.
Good teams go on runs, but we've been calloused. You know what I mean? We've been through it all this year. We talked about, from being on Sports Center against Bethel to losing a heartbreaker. We know teams go on runs and just our resiliency. They don't waver. We have great leadership, and some young guys are really turning the corner from a leadership standpoint. And it doesn't always show up in the stat sheet, but guys like Carter and Isaiah are really doing a good job of leading this team. And so just our message is continue to pound the pavement no matter what. We're not a victim of our circumstances. Continue to work.
It's time for a quick break, but before we go, don't forget to join us on Monday morning for the MLK Holiday Peace Walk at Hope United Methodist Church at 9 a.m. Go to cityofsouthfield.com for more information. The LTU Sports Report returns after the break.
We're getting reports that you have over 40,000 flavor combinations.
That's right.
May I examine one, ma'am? Is this real cheese?
100% real mozzarella, officer.
Explain this dough.
Made fresh daily.
I'm gonna have to confiscate this as evidence.
Aren't you a mall cop?
All units, someone's in the fountain.
10-4, Tiger on the prowl.
Treat yourself to the world's first stuffed flavored crust pizza. And now for just $6.99, try our new stuffed Howie bread.
Hungry?
Howie!
Welcome back to the LTU Sports Report. Thanks for sticking around. I'm Chase Kaufman. Earlier in the show, we touched up on the brush fire relief efforts in Australia, but closer to home, Puerto Rico has suffered several earthquakes over the past several months. Our very own Joshua Eckert talks about his homeland.
Hey everybody, I'm Joshua Eckert. I'm here in light of the most recent news that we have dating back to 2019 with the Puerto Rican earthquakes. I happen to live there and I was there when these earthquakes were going on. So and I'm telling you, any donative that you have, donate. Doesn't matter how big, how small, anything and everything is accepted. So don't forget to donate to local entities or the American Red Cross Foundation.
Once again, please donate today. The show must go on for the Puerto Rico native. Joshua Eckert and his teammates on the men's volleyball team hit the road to Adrian for a matchup against the Bulldogs. I dig what these guys are doing on the court, but it's been a struggle so far this season for the Blue Devils, who look to snag their first victory of the year.
The Lourdes Tech men's volleyball team hit the road to face the Bulldogs of Adrian College. The Blue Devils are looking for their first win of the season. Despite 9 kills by the middle hitter Austin Cincy, LTU would fail to win a set against the Bulldogs, losing this game in 3 sets. Lourdes Tech drops to 0-3 on the season. Their next game is at Lourdes on Wednesday the 22nd at 7 p.m.
While the Blue Devils dropped their game against Adrian, they finally earned a win versus Robert Morris on Thursday night. But now we go back to basketball. Let's see how the women's team fared against Lourdes.
We're inside Don Riddler Fieldhouse, where the Lourdes Tech Blue Devils look to bounce back in a major way against the Gray Wolves of Lourdes University. This season, the Blue Devils had protected home court, holding an 8-2 record, looking to keep that home streak going. Let's jump right into the action. First quarter, the East Lansing native Danielle Hansen posts up down low, puts the ball up, grabs her own rebound and lays it in for the first 2 points of the game. Later on in the quarter, sophomore Kendall Fisher finds junior Taryn Klein for the transition 3. The score is 15-8 at the end of the first. To the second quarter now, and here is a 3 from number 3. Klein finds the bottom of the net again from the outside. Lourdes Tech takes a 12-point lead going into the break. Coming out of the locker room to start the third quarter, the Blue Devils show nice ball movement. You know that old saying, take what the defense gives you? Well, the defense left Fisher open outside and she knocks down the 3 ball. The Blue Devils on fire, putting up 22 points in the third quarter. Headed to the fourth quarter now, here's the Wayne Union graduate Hope Dollar High with the nice scoop in for 2. Lourdes Tech would roll right along in this game, winning 74-47 the final. Your Blue Devils are 7-3 in conference play and 13-7 overall.
That's it for this episode of the LTU Sports Report. We hope you enjoyed every second of it. This weekend, the LTU bowling teams travel to Illinois for the Kegel Midwest Collegiate Classic. Good luck to you, Chase, and all of your teammates.
Thanks, Jenna. The basketball teams also hit the road to Cornerstone University on Saturday for a 1 and 3 p.m. matchup. More action on the road for the Blue Devil hockey team as they are set to face University at Buffalo for a doubleheader this weekend.
Make sure to join us next Tuesday at 4 p.m. for another edition of our show. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.